The Fantastic Four First Steps is the best Fantastic Four movie yet, even if that's not saying much. It's no secret that in terms of cinematic outings, the Fantastic Four doesn't have the strongest track record. That is until now. I'm glad to say that after all these years, I think we finally got a decent Fantastic Four movie. But while I do think it's good, it never reached the narrative heights of greatness I was hoping it would. That could be because my expectations were simply too high, that's a possibility. But to me, it seems more likely to be because the movie feels like it was trimmed down significantly in post. I don't know what it is about the Fantastic Four, but it's like these movies are allergic to being anything over 2 hours long, and I think that ultimately hurts them. Granted, First Steps is the longest Fantastic Four movie yet, with a runtime of 1 hour and 55 minutes, but this is a team I think would very much benefit from having more screen time to flesh things out, and it never seems to be given to them. Now, while I was genuinely into the first two-thirds of this movie, which feels different and refreshing for the MCU, unfortunately the final act came across as incredibly rushed, and it kind of reverted back to the typical MCU formula. Not to mention, it feels like it was missing a certain emotional element. I also think that the treatment of a couple of characters, such as The Thing and Julia Garner's Silver Surfer, left a lot to be desired. But even though I think this movie could have been better, and I've been focusing a lot on my issues with it, like I said before, I still think this is a decent movie. Director Matt Shakman clearly has a vision that feels distinct, at least until that final act. This is my favorite Fantastic Four team put to the screen yet, and they certainly have more chemistry than all the previous iterations combined. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Backrack, and Joseph Quinn all fit their characters nicely. Ralph Ineson is an excellent choice to play Galactus too. The action is fine for the most part, even though I wish there was more of an emphasis on the powers of certain members of the Fantastic Four. But there's a set piece in space that's so fantastic and well done. I think it's the best set piece we've gotten in an MCU movie in quite a long time. Where this movie shines most of all, though, are Michael Giacchino's brilliant score, the more serious tone, the stunning retro-futuristic production design, and the more unique visual style compared to the rest of the MCU. On top of that, I appreciate how this movie doesn't take place in the main MCU timeline, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like Marvel is going to keep it that way. Overall, like Thunderbolts, I think that First Steps is a step in the right direction for the MCU, but it's still being held back by the studio's apprehension to stick to doing something completely new. Still, this is a sizable improvement over each of the previous Fantastic Four movies, and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. I give the Fantastic Four First Steps a 3.5 out of 5. Oh, and I loved Herbie.